You can find Terra's fingerprints in the conventional channel trending anywhere from 26,000 to 33,000 points per coin. Many people see this trend toward more concentration as negative. They have a bleak view of the situation. Certainly, that's not acceptable. Doing so is inappropriate. It's encouraging that we've been able to consolidate our gains from the previous month, and that the Tailwind Classic community is still behind us. It's a prerequisite for Classic's advancement. Many people are still rooting for Terra to win the Classic, but there is a lot of worry, if we can say it that way, about the cost. That kind of growth isn't exactly meteoric. Also, I feel it's important to make it clear to anyone who may be unfamiliar with the crypto area or the Classic that prices don't always rise. There isn't a smooth upward trajectory where we can watch Terra succeed without ever having to start over. There's no such thing as a performing asset. There are waves and cycles, spikes and troughs, advances and declines. Currently, we are in a phase of consolidation. Now, it's true that many individuals may have bought into the Terra Luna Classic price increase due to the burn tax's publicity, but it doesn't mean it wasn't justified. However, what we are witnessing today is consolidation after the flames have been discharged. There are a few implications to this. First and foremost, the Terra Classic burn tax has gone into effect. Plus, there was no mass exodus of sellers. This was not a case of investors getting giddy before the launch of the horrible and classic burn tax, and then selling out as soon as the tax took effect. No matter how you slice it, that's fantastic news. Although the burn tax did not trigger the tremendous rally and rush to buy that many had anticipated, nor did it cause the widespread selling that had been forecasted, the market did not tank, as some had predicted. That's something else to look forward to with the burn tax. The first 8 were a touch sluggish on the uptake. There's no one, as far as I know, who would disagree with that. In the first day when burn tax was active, we saw the consumption of around $70, $80, and $90 million worth of Tailwind Classic. As of this morning, the total number of Terra Luna being incinerated has risen to almost 345 million. If we take this perspective, we can see that consumers weren't actually transacting before they were aware of the burn tax. And we have roughly a full 24 hours in case a full 24 hours giving us the very first day. 350 million Terra and a Classic being burned. That's an excellent start to things. Why, we're going through this phase right now. If you're holding Terra Luna Classic, or if you were accumulating Terrible and a Classic prior to this burn tax being initiated, the overwhelming majority of thoughts were OC. I'm going to stack up and then I'm going therefore. Yesterday there wasn't much going on. In a Classic, it would have burned Terra, but its timeline starts to fall apart and people realize that the fires aren't instantly putting out the blaze. As far as I know, my Terra Luna original is still marketable, in spite of the 1.2% burn tax. I can transport it. When things return to normal in Terra Luna Classic, that's just the way it is. Yes, we may expect to see these figures once again when the rate of fires increases. Somewhere between $300 million and $500 million are being wasted every day, not counting anything but blockchain-based financial transactions. Many people have done the math and are trying to bring people to their senses by explaining that it will take more than a millennium to consume the 10 billion Terra Luna Classics currently in circulation. To think that you will ever see a reduction in that supply is foolish. In a word, hey? Indeed, your calculations are correct. You can easily divide 6.9 quintillion by 30 million, the average daily population that we've seen thus far. We get that you can do basic division, but you're disregarding an important factor: the rate at which the burns are spreading. And since this burn tax has only been in effect for a single day, there's nothing to gauge it against. No OC and then calculation can be made without knowing a growth rate. It will reach a plateau in due time. In other words, we understand. One day, the rate of combustion will level off. But where is that phone number? The true size of this burn tax is unknown. Thus it would be foolish to assume an average of 30 million throughout the years. As many as 100 million could be the typical amount. The average could be around 5 billion. We'll have to wait and watch if these numbers continue to rise, or if they eventually level off. Next, take into account that centralized exchanges have publicly stated they will not burn any funds in spot or margin trades on their platform if they decide to join the Luna traditional burn tax. Having made what I believe to be an error, they still seem unwilling to charge you. There is no relevance. Nothing is being done to inconveniently or unfairly tax people involved in chain or exchange activities. It's unfortunate, but they just aren't willing to impose that tax on us right now. If we make it plain, and if the first large exchange allows these transactions to be taxed and sees an influx of clients and growth as a result, then the other exchanges will jump on board as soon as they start to lose. When customers see how much of a difference community-oriented exchanges make, that's when they'll get on board and start crediting themselves as the ones who came up with the concept. We've got your back. Get in touch with us as soon as possible. We've been here for you ever since the very start. And then you will have to make a decision on whether or not to continue.